Hey, what's going on, internet? This is Will, and I am clean shaven. There's probably some hair still there. Anyways, it's gonna be touched up anyway. And then plus I'm gonna get a haircut tonight, and it looks like a damn mess. Oh god. So, as you guys can see, I'm Casper the Friendly Ghost now. You guys probably are seeing through me right now. You can see everything right behind me. You can see the posters and everything because I blend. What's really cool is whenever I shave, it's like my eye color really shines, and I really like that. So that's really cool within itself. So, what was I gonna say? Alright, you guys ready? Alright, well, here's today's topic. Kind of touched on it a little bit in yesterday's video. Like I said, you guys are not getting this video every single day, but this is today's video, which is May the 4th be with you. So this is May 4th that this is coming out. So, yeah, I can't believe we're in May already. But anyways, moving forward. Alright, we all know that yesterday, May the 3rd, Ted Cruz dropped out of the race, of the Republican race. Basically leaving Donald Trump to be the winner of the nomination. They don't even need to do a thing for him to say that he won. He already won. He pretty much won by a massive landslide. Nobody could touch him. And his confidence and his ego boosted up so tremendously. Now, do I want Donald Trump being president? Hell to the no. No, 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 no. I do not want this man to be president. People say, are there benefits to Donald Trump being a president? I say if you're scared of war and things like that, I feel like Donald Trump will be a person that would do that, really well. And I feel like if you're a person who's if you're a person who's afraid of other races, Donald Trump is definitely your president. Like if you're scared of people trying to bomb us, if you believe everything you hear in the news and you read in your Facebook feeds and all that stuff about it, like let's say that you have a Republican view and you're seeing all these things on your timeline and all these things like that, whatever, that's it. Donald Trump is your president. And you know what? That's whatever. That's completely fine. However, I highly disagree. It's not my political view, not at all. Obviously, my candidate is Bernie Sanders, and I think I've mentioned this before. And Bernie Sanders has always been this. So a lot of people say, well, Will, why are you voting? Why do you want Bernie Sanders to win a nomination over Hillary Clinton? A lot of people say, well, Clinton was already a president. He was good in his presidency, and, she was good in her presidency. The problem with Hillary is that, when she first came out, she was amazing, fantastic. She was running Washington like no business. She wasn't like that simple first lady. Sorry, had to charge my phone. She wasn't that simple first lady that would just like she would fight. She wasn't like this, like, oh, I'm just gonna be the first wife, wear little pretty outfits and talk about, whatever, something about the kids and whatnot, and that's what I'm going to do, plan the parties and do all the stuff that a first lady is supposed to do. She took it a step further. She actually was doing stuff. She was being very political with her stance, and that's fantastic. And for women, she's great. She's a great asset. However, she was bought out. And she was like, the moment that they gave her a 6-figure salary, she shut her mouth instantaneously. And she used to be like this fighter. I know that she was. She used to be this fighter, this really great person. And it's like she's been bought out. Now she's coming out making claims, all these other claims and stuff, and she's taking money. And I understand being a president requires money. Why? I have no idea. But if you want all this media attention, you got to pay all this media attention. Donald Trump was already rich, so of course this was a freaking no-brainer for him. He could do whatever he wants. He doesn't have to show up to debates. Like, seriously, he destroyed the competition. The whole thing was literally in his favor. He had it at the palm of his hands. He knew how to manipulate it. He knew how to control it. And a lot of people fell for it. And at that part this man really bothered me. And a lot of people are like saying like it's like a reality show kind of thing. He's playing the villain card. He's being that person that you hate. And a lot of people love to hate Donald Trump. So a lot of people like to make jokes about him, all this stuff. But the problem is that they keep putting his name in people's mouths. And they're saying all these things about Donald Trump. Regardless if it's good, regardless if it's bad, you're saying his name. And when you say his name, it makes it more prevalent for people to be like, oh, I don't know who to vote for. Who's Bernie Sanders? Who's Hillary Clinton? I heard Donald J. Trump before. Vote, that's the problem. And a lot of people believe on what's their Facebook timeline. You need to really look. You have to dig. You have to look at history and all this other stuff. I understand that history, people can change. Donald Trump changed. He used to be a Democrat. Now he's a Republican all of a sudden. So, okay. Donald Trump used to be, for lack of a better word, human. And now he's not. And then Hillary used to be this fierce woman, very strong-willed woman, and now she's not. She's like getting flustered at questions. I'm like, if you're a president of the United States, you cannot get angry when people ask you questions. I understand you're still a human being, but your job, that's part of the job. You have to represent the country. You have to be able to represent. You need to be able to answer questions. And I believe that you, as a president, if you're going to be running for president, all your skeletons need to come out of your closet. Like everything. I don't believe in no privacy once you decide to run for presidency, because you are representing the country and you are representing what happens to a bunch of people. Now I understand that still goes to Senate and House of Representatives. They too should do this. If you're running for government and you're being public, you are public property at that point. We are paying your tax dollars as citizens, and we deserve to know everything about you. If you want to know all about us with your little Patriot Acts and all that bull crap, you need to reveal yourselves and show us everything. The only thing you don't need to show us is your family and the revealing of your family names and all that stuff. But when it comes to it, we need to know everything about you. If you've been incarcerated, if you're sick, we need to know these things, because we need to know if you're reliable. We need to know if your heart is in the right place, and we need to know if you're going to be here for us. And if you're not going to be here for us, and if you're going to make our country look like a joke, you need to not be in the damn office. We got too many wackos in the goddamn office, and I can't take this no more. The reason why Obama failed second term, and a lot of people don't really like Obama, is because of the fact that the House of Representatives was against him, because people refused to vote. So what happens? When people refuse to vote, Republicans take over the office. I am Team Pro Bernie Sanders. I want him to win. And unfortunately, I get scared because not enough people know about him. A lot of people look at him, they see his age, and then they say that he's old and that he's going to die like in a year in the office or whatever. He ain't going to last a 4-year term. There's going to be people that are going to say, well, Bernie's too extreme. He's a democratic socialist, or people are scared of the word socialism and all these things like that because they keep thinking it's communism, and it's not. So, I don't get it. I don't get what's wrong with people. I don't get why people are the way they are. I'm really so sick in society. Why do you need a gun? That's another thing. Why do you need a gun? If you're hunting, I can see perfectly why you would need a gun. If you want protection for whatever reason, then that's cool. But why do you need a gun? Why do you need an assault rifle? Why do you need a sniper rifle? Why do you need these things? Why do you need these high-powered guns? What's wrong with just a little simple handgun that can do 6 bullets if you're only supposed to shoot a person once anyway? Now, I understand at this point, because there's so many guns in this country and because there's so many people who have guns in this country, it is technically unsafe now. It's not like we can take all the people's guns away now, because there's still going to be people that are going to get guns illegally and they're going to use it against us. And, unfortunately, so we're kind of stuck with that now. I'm not a political person. I am not a political person. I do, on occasion, I look at a lot of stuff. I like Bernie Sanders because he has fought for us. He's been for the gays for a very long time. He's been for the gays. He's been down. He marched with civil rights. He got arrested, protesting for Dr. Martin Luther King. How awesome, how amazing is that? That man has been independent because he knows there's something wrong with both sides. So he's independent. He's like, look, I'm looking at it from an outside perspective, and I like that type of thinking because that's how I think. I like to look at both sides of the coin. I like to look at outside the box. I'm not strictly just one side and just look at it like, oh, I'm not like that. The thing is that with Trump, I don't trust is because he's a businessman. And businessmen are crooks. Sure, they can probably get things done, but regardless, you can backstab your way through it. Donald Trump's father is the one that built the empire. Donald Trump was just born and inherited it. It doesn't mean that he knows how to run a country. He can't run a country. A country's not a business. It's not a business. Hillary has too many secrets. She can be bought out. And because she was bought out at a time, because I would have loved a woman to be president. And I would have loved it to be her. But the problem is that she messed up. She messed up. She started taking money from all these big high corporations and all these things like that. And sure, that money is definitely helping her. It's helping her, but she's not doing it the right way. It just doesn't seem like she's for the people. And I know I can't speak for her because I don't know her personally. I don't know how she is on a regular conversation basis. I can't judge a person by what they do on the camera because they know that the camera's clearly in front of them and you can say whatever you want. But honestly, I am for Bernie Sanders, and unfortunately, I probably should have, done something way beforehand, to kind of really dig in Bernie Sanders, and I really should have done more in that regard. Sorry about that, my phone. I should have done more in that regard. But unfortunately, it's like, at this point, I don't want to say I'm losing faith in Bernie Sanders, because he would literally have to win every state, that hasn't voted yet, and still that's a stretch because he will never people are making up numbers. There's so many numbers, a bunch of these mock polls and all these stuff. I'm like, this doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. At this point, this is the part that scares me because there are people that say Bernie or bust. Me, I would rather have Hillary Clinton be a president than Donald Trump. If Bernie doesn't make it and decides to run independent, I feel like our votes are going to be split. All the Democratic vote is going to be split. Half are going to go to Bernie, half are going to go to, this side. And then there's Donald Trump over there that's getting all the Republican votes, of course. So everybody has an equal chance. And this is scary. Donald Trump can really be president. And a lot of people voted for him. And they want him to be in there. Now, call me misinformed, call me crazy, call me whatever. If you are a Donald Trump supporter, I'm not saying that you're racist. I'm not saying that you're hateful. I'm not saying any of that stuff. Donald Trump, if that Donald Trump is who you want to vote for, that is who you want to vote for. If you feel like that he does your policy, he works around your life. If he works around your life, I'd say go ahead, vote for Donald Trump. Bernie Sanders is more for my life. That's all I'm saying. You have your favorite flavor of soda. I have mine. It's as simple as that. You like ginger ale, and I like Coca-Cola. Or actually, I'm more of a Pepsi person, believe it or not. But anyways, that's besides the point. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, hearing this rant about politics and stuff. Like I said, I don't know what the future is going to hold. I really hope Donald Trump doesn't get into the office, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. At this point, I'm going to have to leave. I'm going to live with whatever happens because it's I can't control it. It's out of my control. So hopefully, regardless of who the president is, I just hope that person does their job and they do it well. And I hope that they don't screw a lot of people over and that they don't freaking set the clocks back to World War II time. I don't need that. Okay? Anyways, bye.